Open this space and you got several people.
What up? What up? What up? What up? You know who it is? It's your boy Shorty. Can't get right. This is the podcast of the Shorty Logic Podcast. I got a whole group of here. We got different conversations going on. We got an open conversation. I want y'all to have free. Feel free to give your comments on the information on it. First person I'm going to introduce is Taria about the comments and about the topic.
All right. Hey, I'm Riri Scruggs. What's up? What's up? So, the discussion that I want to talk about today is why is there such a divide in today's times between men and women? So, next to me is my big cuz. I'll let him introduce himself.
Y'all know what it is. It's the pink one. We ready to get live with this. This right here is gonna be something for everybody. It's not just about men or just about women. It goes both ways. We all can learn from it. So let's get it.
What's happening? Let's get it.
All right. So, again, the question is, guys, why do you all think that there is such a divide between men and women today? All you see online day to day, social media, men and women going back and forth at each other. It's like they almost hate each other. Why do you think that is? Because you got the flu.
Okay, so for one, as far as men go, we see women different. Women nowadays show too much independence, masculine behavior, controlling, and make a lot of emotional decisions. A man don't want a man wants an independent woman, but when your independency dictates who you are, it's a problem. You can't let that dictate who you are, and that's where the problem comes in. At a woman feels at all times, I don't need a man, but yet and still, you want your man to be sensitive to your needs. You want a man to be everything you want him to be, but yet and still, you don't want to give nothing in return. You want to control everything. You want to tell a man what he can and can't do, when and where he can go. It's masculine behavior. You need to be with another woman. Get in a gay relationship. That way you can dictate. You can be the man and the woman. The thing is, what you give is what you get. So we all got to give a little to get a little. You know, I'm guilty of it. I was that way. I wanted to control everything when it came to a woman because that just was me. But the thing about it is, I had to learn in order to make a relationship work. It's not all about. It's got to go both ways. I got to see her feelings and respect her feelings. If I don't, it's not gonna work. So now, how do you feel about that?
All right. So the way I feel about it is I'm kind of going to piggyback on what you said. You said today women are so independent pretty much that you're saying that that hurts the relationship or even a man to approach a woman. So my take to that is women are so independent because for how long, how many years have we stuck by that man's side? We've dealt with the man's abuse. We've dealt with all his infidelity or his cheating. And so many times women are so at the point now where they had to readjust their crowns pretty much. So now all the women, no, well, I'm gonna say a lot of women out here are have the go getter mentality, right? And so they are out here, they after they dust themselves off or whatever, they went out here, they get in the bag, all that, pretty much to the point to where they're not dependent on that man because of what that man put them through, traumatized and all that, and pretty much also knowing and learning their worth.
I can agree to a certain extent. A lot of that you just said, I do agree. It's a lot of men ain't worth nothing. Ain't worth nothing. But also a lot of women ain't worth nothing. The independence came from the how I say about the independence is I've always heard about men go to work to support their family. Women go to work to be independent from men. That's a big difference. Instead of being independent from men, you should help take care of that family. So basically what you're saying is that man's money is your money. Your money is your money. That's how I see it. But I'm not debating. I will never tell them how a woman go through what she go through. But it also takes accountability because that's who you chose. You chose that. So you have to deal with that. And if you don't want to deal with it anymore, you have to take accountability yourself within your own self and say, I can't do this. But let's be honest, 80% of women leave. 50% of marriages end in divorce. Let me get it back together. 50% of 80 of that women leave. It goes to 95% of educated. See the difference? Women get their education and they're no longer into that man because she's not where he's at, where she's at. So all I'm saying is basically what you got to do is you still have to stick there. Women tend to want to leave. They don't want to stick them. And that's the problem. I'm not saying there's not no weak men out there because there's bad apples on both sides. There's very bad. What you got comment on that?
Okay, my comment just piggyback on that is a lot of women pretty much tend to leave now again because they're sticking by that man's side, but at the same time, that man is running wild, doing the dirty, dogging them out with the perception of knowing that she'll never leave me. She's always gonna stay by my side. She loves me. She ain't going nowhere. So how many times does a woman have to go through again that abuse, that infidelity, that lack of trust before that man realized that okay, I got a winner on my side. That's why the women are leaving. What you got, cuz?
You saying that about certain type of man? What about that man that ain't did nothing? What about that man that's trying to show that woman everything he's asking for? And just because she's mad, something ain't go her way, she's gonna make an emotional decision. That later on is going to ruin the relationship. That's gonna cause a lot more problems than what they just had. The thing about it is in order to make a relationship work, it's very simple. Do what you're supposed to do. It's not about who gives the most. Ain't no relationship gonna be 50-50. And if anybody think it's gonna be 50-50, you fucking retarded. Because guess what?
I agree with that. I agree with that.
Here's the thing. What happened? You get hurt at work. Now that man's got 100%. What happens when that man gets hurt at work? Now you got 100%. You know what happens when that happens? A woman's gonna take only but so much and she's gonna get frustrated. Because guess what? Now that man's in a situation that he can't provide or give what she wants or needs.
Now I'm gonna pick back there quick. A man is a good provider. Most men are good providers. A man ain't going to work to suppress a woman. Most women now, they are good providers for themselves and for their children. They are not good providers, long term or short term for men. They can't handle it. They don't like it.
Now, I want to say this. I heard the best thing that I could possibly ever hear. Women, children, and dogs.
Yes.
Are loved unconditionally.
Yes.
But a man is loved with conditions that he's going to provide. He's going to take care of the house. He's going to do the most. But guess what? What about that man's feelings when he's having a bad day? Don't nobody get two fucks about it.
But what about the women that do support that type of man? Not all women.
Guess what? Those are the relationships that make.
We got one over here.
All right.
I think today's issue is that everybody takes their personal experiences and they generalize it with everybody else.
Mhm.
So honestly, sitting here, everybody is just basically explaining their personal experience with their significant other man or woman. Hold on. That's what's happening right here, right? So everybody is not the same, right? But that's what we know and what we experience with the other person, the significant other. But you have to stop generalizing. Every man's not the same. Every woman's not the same. At the end of the day, Some may work with 50-50, some may work with 80-20. It's whatever works with that particular person in you.
Okay.
So at the end of the day, we have to stop generalizing. What works for one relationship may not work for the
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
I
But-
totally agree.
But you said 50-50, right? The man.
or
some-
80-20.
all right, all right.
whoever-
But
if
guess
the
what?
woman can come
Women
80 and
today,
20,
women
if that
today
works,
say they're not going 50-50 with
but
no
there
man.
you go. Now you're
see,
generalizing it.
That's how. But see, the type of woman that you might be, that's a small percentage than what we actually have.
Right, because you're used to women, right?
It's not
And
about what
you know
I'm
what?
used to.
And I agree with what she's saying. I agree what she's saying because what she's saying is, in order for today's relationships to work, it's got to be me and you.
Exactly.
I can't talk about what
I get
she's
that.
been through, what she's been
Thank
through,
you.
what you've
Yeah.
been through. If I'm going to focus on something, it's got to be focusing on me.
Yeah,
I get
for
that.
us,
I got to
yeah.
focus. Not only
Right.
does it
What
focus
works
on me,
y'all, yeah.
it can't be focusing on my woman. It has to be me. I have to take accountability for my action. And until we learn how to be accountable and hold your significant other accountable for what they do and what they're responsible for, ain't nothing gonna work.
Mhm.
I agree with that.
Because relationships are so simple. Because at the end of the day, if I tell you I want to be in a committed relationship with you, and I want to do everything that we supposed to do in a relationship, that means I'm telling you, whatever baggage you got, I'm taking that baggage home. Whatever I'm going through, I'm inviting you in to work with me. So guess what that means? It's a package deal. If you got kids, in order for me to be with you, I gotta accept your kids as they're my own. I have to provide for those kids as they're my own. And I'm in a committed relationship. That woman has to be willing to take whatever baggage that man got.
Right.
Because if that man is showing it to her, in order for the relationship to work, she's got to give it in return.
I agree
Well,
with
here's
that.
the thing. Here's the thing. So before I answer that right there, let me ask both of y'all a question. When during the times that you all both have entered relationships, during the time that y'all were talking, getting to know the female, right? Did y'all actually lay out the plan of attack and just let the female know, okay, this is what I'm looking for, this is what I'm not looking for, blah 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 and blah blah blah. And you all both agreed that this is how it was going to be, or did you run
Go ahead.
head?
I answer
Did
that
you
for
run, head first, feet first into that relationship because of, oh, she had a fat ass, or she
Okay.
looked this way or that
Okay.
way or whatever? Did you honestly plan out and have a discussion on what y'all talk about as far as relationships?
I get it half most of the time. It's men and women. We all jump in it because we affectionate with that person. We're infatuated with that person. So instead of after asking those type of questions, they're actually sitting down, going this and this, this and this, that. This is what I accept. This is what I want to accept. This is my standards. This is my boundaries. We don't. Then once something, if that person don't like it after y'all done got in being with each other, now y'all butting heads. You're butting heads with him to something you didn't like about him. He's butting heads with you to something you did. Instead of having that, but like I said, as humans, we just infatuated. We tend to not look at the red sign.
Right. But then when something happens, as you speak of, then don't it turns into a point of accountability? Like, okay, this relationship didn't work out, but I chose her because she had a fat ass, she looked this way, that way. But oh man, she told me she was gonna do this, but her actions showed everything else.
Let me give you my response
What you got,
to that.
cuz?
Let me give you my response to that. My response to that is this.
Hey, Miss Griffin.
My response to that is this. Before I grew up, I didn't have time for all that. If a woman had a fat ass, nice titties, and pretty face,
After Thanksgiving,
come here, baby. Let me holler at you. Let's make this work. I didn't give a damn about learning her. I said we'll learn as we go. And guess what? Those relationships didn't work. So now I had to take and look at myself for the things that I did, my accountability
Right.
for my actions.
Yep.
Now I need to know, hey, what you bringing to the, it ain't even about bringing nothing to the table.
Mhm.
How are you going to make me want to be better for myself?
Okay, let me piggyback off of that. To answer that question, how are you gonna be better for yourself? Did you do the self check Did you heal and all that other stuff before you jump in another relationship? Actually, it's for both of y'all. Before you got into a new relationship, did y'all do the self checks and self QA to say, let me heal myself from my past traumas, childhood, last relationship, anything I went through before you got into that next relationship?
None of us do that. None of us.
Okay.
Small few, but none of us do that.
I tell you what I did. I looked at me. I looked at the things that I did to cause the issues in my relationship.
There you go,
I
accountability.
cheated.
Okay.
Yep.
I did what I wanted. I ran the street.
Okay.
Sometimes I wouldn't come home 2-3 days because I was laid up with my other kid. But then I had to sit back and think as I got older, and I said, you know what? I'm tired of ripping around in the streets, chasing this woman, that woman. I want to settle down. In order for me to settle down, what am I going to do to make a woman want to settle down with me? First of all, I got to be honest. I got to be truthful. I got to be faithful. I got to communicate. I got to listen. I got to accept her feelings for what they are. If she tells me, hey, I feel this certain type of way, guess what that means? Okay, baby, I understand. I'm listening to you. Now I got to ask the question, what can I do to help you not feel that way? What can I do? And once I begin to look at me, that's going to brighten my life. And the woman's going to see, hold on, that's a different individual. That's not the person that used to rip around and do this the most and had a woman for every day of the month.
Agree. I can totally agree with that.
But the thing about it is, not everybody's going to take accountability for their actions
And they
today.
don't.
That's
They
true.
don't.
Because it's all about how
That
can
is
I
true.
get over on
Yeah.
you.
They don't.
You know what? I seen it. I seen it firsthand. I seen a nigga struggling, trying to make bills, trying to do the most. But just soon as his chick seen that individual that had that much more, she canceled that nigga's ticket and went over that way. And guess what? When she went over there, they were kicking her ass like a football.
Goes to the 90-10.
So,
And that's always grass is not green on the side.
if I may, how do y'all feel like hip hop culture has taken an effect on Black women and Black men?
Destroyed the black woman.
Destroyed.
Because guess what? Every black woman,
only?
no, the woman race itself, all
What
women,
about Black men?
it has destroyed them.
Destroyed. Social media.
Hip hop is a great thing, but it's a double-edged sword. Because guess what? Because hip hop it paints a positive picture when it comes to certain type of music. Certain, not everybody, because you got the gangster rappers that talk about shoot 'em up, bang bang. 9 times out of 10, maybe 3 of them done live that life. So now you're lying about
That's
the type
true.
of lifestyle that you're living.
Yeah.
Then on top of that, in the same breath, man, this bitch, this hoe, she ain't
Exactly.
shit. She's doing this, that, and the third. Now guess what you're doing? You destroying and you classifying all women.
So
I'll
you
be the
guys
first to
listen
admit.
that type of music.
Yes, I do. I'll be the first to admit. I was the main
I
one that
listen-
man fuck that bitch.
I listen to hip hop every now and then, but I'm an army all the way.
Yeah, I can tell you're a lover boy, and you just like you said, you've been talking it up, right?
I mean, because you know
I
why?
listen to
Because
my
guess
hip-hop.
what? Me personally, I'm not ready for a relationship because there's some things that I gotta fix about me before I can even approach a woman.
But
I
do
can
you be
approach and
honest
talk
with that
to-
up front with women that you deal with? Like, do you
Hell
let
yeah,
them
I'll
know
tell.
each and every
Listen to
time?
me. I will be the first to tell a woman, look here, baby. You looking for a commitment? I'm not your guy.
I say,
And I would tell, and the reason why, and it's not about me wanting to be out here with other women. It's about I'm not ready mentally. Because guess what? I had a woman that I was dealing with. Thought the grass was green on the other side. She left me for dude. Because he had a lawn service. But guess what though? A year into that relationship, he's locked up. But guess who she come running back to?
That would happen.
did you open the door though?
I opened the door.
Right, right.
Oh, did I open the
Right.
door? And guess what? And you want to know the real reason why I opened the door?
What?
Because I had to be petty and get my lick back.
Um,
I'm not gonna lie, I did. That's the only reason why I opened the door.
To be
Because my thing is this. I feel like this. If I'm giving 100 and I'm being honest and faithful, doing everything that you asked me to do as your man, I'm expecting the same thing in return. If I don't get it, I had to learn getting your lick back ain't the right thing to do. Because now you just took a problem and magnified it. But when certain shit go on, it's human nature. We don't think logic. Nigga, I gotta get my lick back.
Yeah, my leg back.
But as we had discussions earlier, that's where we were talking about being mature and saying, okay, they can have that and walking away. And that's the most.
I'm just now learning how to do it. I'm not gonna lie, I'm just now learning how to
I'm
do
doing
it.
it myself.
I would be the
Yeah.
first to admit,
I'm learning
I'm
how to
an
do it
immature
myself.
motherfucker
Yes.
because I got to get my lick back
Yes.
when my feelings is hurt.
Yes.
Or you play with my intelligence.
Yes. I'm learning myself.
But see, I had to learn that, you know, in a relationship, you gotta learn how to be vulnerable. And I've never allowed myself to be vulnerable until I got older. I wouldn't allow myself to be vulnerable until I think I turned 44, 45.
But they say a man doesn't fully mature until he kind of hits 43. That is the
And that's
man-
facts.
A
That's
man
facts.
fully mature.
That's
Yeah,
total fact.
because you know what? Because I'll put it like this.
Now they mature.
I was running
They ain't even
at 42, 43. I was still in the streets. I was still, you know, thotting, you know, and I was still there with dabble in selling drugs, everything, but I wouldn't go fully. I middleman some shit, make some extra money. But it wasn't what was I doing? Nothing. I was being immature. Now I ain't got time for the street. I found a new passion. That's what I do.
Oh, man.
I'm trying to better myself. I can't think about bettering you, and I ain't even together.
Right.
That's why, in order for me to get into a relationship, I need a woman that's going to add value to me and going to make me want to be better for me. Because the better I am for me, the greater I'll be for the relationship.
I think we talked about. Oh, go ahead. Efren.
You said women bring value. I want that too, but all they think is they looks and they ass, they pussy, body.
That's not a real woman. And the thing about it is, you got to be willing. You know, I'm not gonna lie. 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna go with the pretty face instead of the woman that's best for me.
Yeah, it's true.
Because it's a stereotype of, man, I need this dime on my shoulder. But do I do the thing that comes with that dime is she like her hair done, she like her nails done, she wants some red bottoms, she wants some Louis, some Gucci.
that Birkin.
But that motherfucker over there that don't look, she's about a 7.
And she's a 7, and she's
that motherfucker
6 figures. She own her own house. She got a good job. She loves you to death and all
come
that.
on, man.
But because she's a 7, y'all go for the red bottom chick, the
But
one that want her
that's
nails
that's
done
true.
and all
That's
that.
true.
I'm guilty.
Come on.
I'm guilty of that
I
too.
feel like no one really knows the true definition of love
But-
anymore. Like nobody, like everybody operates in their pride and their ego. So
Yes.
at the end of the day, nobody,
Egos.
exactly, nobody
Yes.
knows what true love is. They lean on their
But
own
I don't like.
understanding.
I tell any woman that I have ever deal with, talk to, please don't stroke my ego. I don't need you to. Because if you stroke my ego, and I begin to use my ego, your feelings are gonna be hurt
You're gonna hate me.
at the end of the day. Because guess what? You done put me on this pedestal now, to where I'm gonna take my ego and be like, "Hey, baby girl, what's up?" And you know what she gonna do? She gonna look at me, look at the way I dress, how I carry myself. Oh, I like him. Now the motherfucker that's the right thing for me. Who are you? Where you at?
And then you attract people at the level that you're at.
Yeah. But I'm just gonna say this one thing is, I feel like women don't feel like they have to do much.
I can't agree with that. I can't agree with that, and I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. And this is just being honest. And this is be all the way real as I could possibly be. Men have put women through so much shit
True.
that at the end of the day, a woman don't know whether she want to piss or get off the pot because of what she done
True.
been through. And that good nigga that comes into her life,
That's true.
she ain't gonna know how to accept him because guess what? She's damaged because of us.
True. I agree. I agree.
In the layman's terms, we are hardened women, and I am a hardened woman. That's why my mouth is super fly.
Yes.
That's why I don't take no shit from no dude. I be ready to pop off, square up with a nigga. I call them out on their BS every time. And I'm going to continue to do that until there's only been one man that I had, and that was Baltimore, who would actually, when we have a situation, he would actually sit down and willingly talk to me, and we would discuss my feelings and everything that what I'm going through, or if I come at him a certain kind of way, we would actually literally discuss it. And him being a man, we would walk through it. And so that right there, that's kind of like that man kind of helping me through that hurt and pain. And I know I hear a lot of times when men say, why do I got to help her through, her insecurity, her pain, this, that, and the other. No, he was that man that we literally would have discussions on what I was
I'll
feeling.
put it like this. I wish that I had that mentality years ago, because I mean, great women talking about held it down when a nigga got, like, when I lost everything. When you in the streets, nigga, it's up, down, up, down. And when I was down, she held it down. But me being me, allowing my ego, my pride, and my testosterone get in the way, I was still out here knocking down every chick that came across the,
Because you weren't healed.
No, because I thought that I was the man when I wasn't shit.
Let me piggyback off of that. And this is going to another question. Why do men what's the word I'm looking for? Prey on women who they know they're not ready for. A woman that got everything together, is ready for that relationship, could really wholeheartedly love that man. Why did it cut off?
Because 9 times out of 10, a man wants to conquer something that he really can't have. When a man sees something that's out of his class, it becomes a challenge to him. And you know what? I'm going to get this because, okay, she got this, that, third. So guess what I want to do? I want some of it.
So you do that with the intent of either you don't want it, or you feel like I know that I can't get it or keep it. Which one is
First of all, I want to see if I can get it.
Okay.
And if I can get it, if I can get it, the rest is easy. It's a walk in the park. Because guess what? I got past the hard part. The hard part is getting it. And once I get it, I know what to do with it. Now, do I always do the right thing? Nah.
So once you got it, pretty much you're saying that, okay, I got it. So game
It
over.
is what it is.
It's what it is.
It is what it is. It all depends. Well, I'll say this. Now, there's been some women that I went and I'm like, damn, I want her. And I'll go get her. And I kept doing a lot of the things that I did to get her. But at the first sign of a disagreement, or argument, or whatever, I stopped doing it. Because I was in my feelings and I was mad at her. Instead of going to her and be like, hey, baby, you hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
And then also, because of previous relationships, when I did try to express my feelings to a woman, she was like, nigga, I don't want to hear that. You saw. So guess what I did? I shut down. And then that woman that came through that was right for me and good to me, I wouldn't express my feelings. So guess what I did? I made
treat her like
I made the relationship worse.
I did that. I did. Yeah, I did.
So let me ask you this. Being the type of woman that you are right now, would you know the right man that came across?
I know that's a problem for me because I've been so independent and self-sufficient on my own for a long time. When their right man comes along, it's gonna be a problem because, like you said, that feminine masculinity energy is always gonna be exposed. It's gonna show. So I'm gonna need a man to be like, nah, baby, I got it. Or, he's gonna have to say that to me. Because otherwise I'm gonna be jumping up, because I'm so used to jumping up and going and doing this and that. I need him to come in and like stop me in my tracks. I do. I need that. I'm going to need that.
Okay, so do you want a man who's been through something, he ain't never experienced nothing.
Hell no, I would definitely, he has to have been through something, because he gonna know and understand the level of pain, well, depending on, let's just say, if it's similar to what I've been through, pretty much, he's gonna have experienced the level of pain, some
Really
type of pain.
Really T.
Some type of pain in his life to where whatever the situation was at that moment, he's not gonna want to go through it again, hopefully. You know, and so on top of that, being able to deal with those certain pains and overcome it. That's the thing. It's growth. So no, I don't want nobody that hasn't been through nothing, because no,
Right.
mm-mm.
I need a woman that's been battle
Yes.
tested. I need a woman
Yes.
that, first of all, I need a woman that's been through some things, because a woman that's been through something, she's going to be able to recognize and see if I'm hurt,
Mhm,
if I'm going through something, if I'm having a bad time of day, and she's really into me like she says she is,
mhm.
she's going to be like, baby, come on, let's talk. Sit down.
Yeah.
Is everything going to be, is it going to be a real relationship? A real relationship is going to have arguments, it's going to have disagreements, and it's going to have bad days.
Well, that's the thing
And
with
you're
me.
gonna have more bad days than you have good.
I can deal with disagreements, but me, where I am in my life, I'm not arguing with nobody. Like, if you got that energy and you coming at me, like,
You got
we're
to.
not are because we're gonna be adults. Like, I'm not
You
no,
got
I'm
Let me tell you something.
you're not arguing. No, we can talk the way we're talking now.
Mhm.
We're gonna talk like adults, because guess what? Now you come at me, if you get that high octave and put that
But
bass in your
see,
voice,
here's the thing,
it's
though.
gonna be a problem
Here's the
for me.
thing, though. Here's the
Down,
thing
red
about
square
that.
up.
Here's the thing about that, though. Who's going to be the adult in the situation?
Are
Who's
you
going to
gonna-
be?
are you gonna be the
But here's the thing, though.
I'm gonna, because look,
If I come at you, right now, and I start an argument with you, it takes two to argue.
okay, right, but this is what I'm gonna do, right? So you on that level. I'm gonna give you 3 times, be like, this is me and my conduct. I'm gonna need you to bring it down. And you still rah. Here's number 2. I'm gonna need you to bring that down. Now, number 3, if you're not respecting, now it's also a level of respect. So if you don't feel like you got that level of respect for me to say bring it down, that lets me know off top you don't respect me. So guess what? On that 3rd time, when I'm like, nigga, bring that bullshit down, now it's like, now I'm giving you what you want. I'm in your
But
face.
here's the thing. At what
Let me
point?
calm down, 'cause I got
At
high
what
pressure.
point?
Prime example. Prime
I
example.
ain't for real.
Prime example. Prime example.
At what point? Because I had a woman, actually, one of my kids' mothers, she told me, she said, at what point in time do one of us become an adult? Say enough is enough.
But that's the thing. It shouldn't take 3 times for me to tell you to calm
And guess
down.
what, though? If I'm already on 10, what makes you think I'm listening to you to
But
calm
why
down?
are you on 10 when I'm still on 0?
Because guess what? For one, I was probably too busy analyzing what you said, and I took the negativity that you were saying. I couldn't take the constructive criticism, which in turn means
But
you're
then
not
the
going
word
to be
right
able,
there.
you're
That's the
not
word
going to be
right
able
there.
to take it from me.
But then that lacks immaturity on your part.
Exactly.
Okay, but now I'm gonna need you to grow up on that part. I'm gonna need you to be an
That's
adult.
what I just said.
I'm gonna need you to be an adult, and like okay, then baby, guess what? I'm gonna let you have this moment. I'm gonna give you some time. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go over
You know
here,
what?
or I'm gonna go in the basement,
I
and when
beg
you
to
calm
differ.
down, then we
I
gonna
beg
pick
to
this back
differ.
up.
I beg to differ because guess what? In today's relationship, what's the one thing that both parties want? To be heard.
To be heard.
And if you can't get your point across and you can't be heard, ain't no motherfucking respect. Nigga, you gonna be on T.
But that's what I'm saying. Where I am in my life, I'm not arguing with nobody.
Yes, you are.
I'm not arguing.
Yes, you are. You know why?
I will debate and I will have a disagreement. but
Debate is arguing.
No, it's not.
Debate is arguing.
Debate is
Debating is no arguing is you raising your voice, you cursing.
Debate is
Guess
is
what,
No,
though?
arguing.
debating is what we're doing now. It's
Okay,
respect.
That's still
Guess what, though?
arguing.
Guess
That's
what,
a
though?
form of argument.
But we're not without the cussing
Guess
and
what,
all
though?
that.
What did you just sit here and say a few minutes ago? Let me calm down because I just got on 10 and we're supposed to be having a debate, right?
No.
But your
We're
voice,
talking about
you just sat here and said,
You just
you just sat
There's
here and
my
said,
internal.
no.
see what I mean?
Doesn't-
It got a little hype a little bit.
But this is the whole key to it. This is the whole key to it. Nobody wants to take accountability for their actions and
No
their
one.
wrongdoings.
No.
Everybody nowadays is, how can I get over on this person? Okay,
Yeah.
if you got a good woman, guess what? If a motherfucker got a good woman, You know what? Oh man, this bitch, she make this kind of money. She gets that third to the motherfuckers in the streets. But when you go home, I ain't never happened to me. And when a woman got the same thing, she does the same thing. Until we learn as men, don't take your woman's voice from you. Stop talking down to your woman. Allow your woman to speak.
But vice versa.
Allow her
Because I've
allow
been
her
guilty of
safe
that. I've been
space.
told that I talk down to men. So
but guess what though? And I'll say because I was one that was guilty of it. You know the reason why you do that?
I'm guilty of it.
Because of your past experience,
Mhm.
what you've been through. And guess what? What I've been through, I don't allow women to say certain shit.
Right.
But the thing about it is that woman that I am now with, that I am now dealing with, she ain't them 10, 20 women that I was dealing with.
Right.
So I can't give her that.
Hey.
I gotta give her what's hers.
Right.
And when she's right,
No.
baby, you know what? I apologize. I was wrong.
Right.
You know, I never wanted to apologize. I feel fucking how wrong I was. If you didn't see me with your own two
Right,
eyes,
Tara,
I'm
tell
like,
them. I'm not doing all that argument. I'm not doing all that argument. Because this, no. If I gotta tell you
listen
3
to me.
times.
Listen to me, Tyler. Come on now. Come on, baby. Let's be real. Let's be real. Do you really think that you're gonna be able, if a man finds a negative, if a man says something to you and you hear that negative word, you really think you're gonna be able to calm down?
Here's the matter. If he doesn't calm down, like I said, if he does not calm down, guess what? Because I'm on this level and I'm this new profound person, reread version 2. Hey, hey. If after 3 times, which where we are in life, it shouldn't be that. It should not be to where I can't, if I'm your woman and you my man, I should be able to tell you to calm down in any situation. Because out of respect, out of the love you have for me, right? But if I see that you really at that level, then I'll be like, all right, baby, I see that you upset. I'm gonna go on and I'm gonna go over here in this other room. Whenever you calm down, you come to me when you're ready to talk. Don't come to me with that energy.
You know what
Because
that
it's gonna take me up here. I'm off the top. It's gonna and then with guess what? You already up here. You don't want me up here with you.
But guess what though? You know what you just did? What? Made a logical decision.
Logic.
You didn't think out of your emotion and feeling. Because guess what? If you think out of your emotion and feeling, you're gonna get on 20.
2 on 20.
And you're gonna argue with that man because guess what? He done said something to you that done touched the nerve, and you gonna sit there, oh no, hell
And
no.
9 times out of 10, you're going to speak out of your emotions.
We're gonna talk about it when everybody calm. Where I am in my life.
I
We're
don't
gonna
know,
talk
you
about
know,
it. I'm not arguing with nobody. If you come into me with all that, you're not for me. I'm just saying off the top. If we can't talk like we talking now, have a debate, a sensible adult conversation, like you're not for me because I know my level of crazy mentality. I know where I go and where I used to. I don't want to go back in that space. That's the thing. I'm not dealing with nobody that's gonna bring what I left and got away from into this new me. You know what I'm saying? That was a whole different me. I'm not gonna allow that. So if when I feel or even sense any man is bringing that type of drama for me, guess what? I'm gone. I'm gone. Because I'm not trying to be back in this space.
That's where you can't, that's what you can't do.
I have to.
No. You don't leave the relationship until you give that man space.
You're too quick to run.
Okay.
Too quick to run.
I've been
And
guilty of that
that's
too.
the issue. That's a lot of issues right there. I'm not debating. I'm not debating. That's a lot of men out there. I'm not debating.
You ain't
getting
You're
no-
too quick to run away.
You know what, a lot of marriages don't work. Who do you think?
I don't know.
The women do. The women do.
Hey,
It's only been a cause. And I know
So.
situation where the man did, but the women do.
And plus, you.
Why is it that a woman will say a man runner doesn't want to be with that masculine attitude?
I think, okay, kind of like what I just said earlier with Baltimore and how he was with me. I'm a piece of work. I'm a motherfucker. I know I am. But there are some women that are extreme with it. Like I said,
Yes.
there are women. So I get it when I get it when men say they don't want to deal with that. I mean, I'm working on me. I'm like you, cause I don't want to be in a relationship. I mean, I want companionship, but I don't want to be in a relationship because one, like my mouth is bad. Like my mouth is bad. I mean, and kind of what I was saying. No, I'm not gonna argue, but if I see that you not trying to come down off that level, now I'm ready to square up with you. And that's that masculinity in me. You know what I'm saying? That I've always had for a long time because I done lived life. I done been through stuff. I don't want that. I want to be soft. I want to be gentle with the man. So why would I even allow a man to come in and interrupt what I'm trying to build going forward and take me back to that place that I don't want to be no more? I want to be soft. And a lot of us masculine women, we do. We want to be soft, but we want to be soft for the right man. We don't want to be soft for
Should be soft at all times.
no, because we know we can't. We can't. We cannot.
agree.
We don't want to be
First
soft.
of all,
Hold on.
because if a man got a woman that's constantly soft, he's gonna run into the
Exactly. But we don't
I've
want
done
to be
it.
soft
I know.
for the wrong
If a
man. We don't want to be soft for a man that can't lead. We want a man to lead, or no, I ain't even gonna say lead, because I don't want a man to lead. You're not gonna come in my life and think you're gonna lead. We're gonna be partners side by side. I'm sorry. We're not gonna be all of that.
It doesn't work that way.
Well, yes, it does for me in my life. We're gonna
That
be.
means you're trying to be the man.
No, I said we're side by side. That's
Man
that's
has to lead.
no, the man. That's all. That's traditional is out the door. Tradition in my life and my work. Traditional is out the door. There's no more traditional in my mindset. Only traditional that exists today are those that grew up on it and that are currently living in it now. But this society today, like I said, I've lived life and I went through everything.
Why is it that you need to show the man that baby, I trust you. I believe you.
Because the men out here today are not like that.
No, but you can't say that. You can't say that men out here today. Say the men that you have dealt with in your family.
I mean, not even that. A lot of men out here today, they're not. They take women
Well,
to
have you ever
future.
said that? But here's the thing though.
No,
Have
not
you
all
ever
of
stopped?
them.
Have you ever stopped
I
to
see
think?
other people's
Have you
stories.
ever stopped to think that maybe man wasn't showing anything?
Well, here's the thing.
Maybe
Today,
that man grew up on his own, didn't have no family, didn't have nothing.
and that's the thing. That comes to getting to know, that man and digging down. But again, touching on each other's childhood traumas, that's where the evaluation process. Because that's what I asked y'all in the beginning. Is that something that do y'all really do that when you meet somebody? Do y'all drill down and get the actual history of who y'all getting ready to date or trying to date?
I'm gonna say this: a man doesn't care about her past trauma. He will still take her. But women,
Do y'all really though?
in most cases,
Do y'all really?
yes.
Because
you gonna drill a man about if he shows you about his past trauma, you quick to leave him.
if you're dealing with a woman, if y'all dealing with a woman whose past traumas were, in my case, and everybody knows it, who used to be the abuser in the relationship, are you gonna continue on? Are you gonna keep letting your ass get whooped in that relationship?
That's abuse.
I've been there.
That's a whole totally different.
So are you gonna continue in that relationship?
In abuse.
I've been there.
Are you gonna continue?
I've been there.
Physical
Are
abuse,
you?
no.
Did you? Well, evidently you single. You didn't continue, right?
No, but
Exactly.
when I was going through it, when it was me that was going through it, when it was me going through it, I did deal with it. She was
How long did
beating on
you?
me.
How long did you stay in that?
I was with her for 4 years.
Okay, so does that now accountability? You know that was her issue. Instead of saying, "Baby, I love you, but I need you to go get help or whatever. I'm gonna be here for a while, whatever, but I need you to go work on you."
I sat down with the
Okay.
I told her, I said, look, baby, I'm not no man that's gonna fight you. So you don't want me to put my hands on you. Please don't put your hands on me. Okay, I'm sorry, it won't happen no more. Because soon, first time I'm gonna hang out with my friends, I come home.
I don't know if I miss you as much as I care.
I don't like that now.
Really want.
At the end of the day,
I know y'all partners in crime.
we as men and women,
Oh.
we're gonna put up with what we choose to put up. But at the end of the day, we're gonna put up with what we choose to put up with. If you choose to deal with a nigga that's cheating on you, guess what?
That's accountable. That falls on
That's on
you.
you.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
If I choose to deal with a woman that chooses to put her hands on me, that's on me.
Yep.
So okay, so even if that motherfucking woman come to me, baby, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. 9 times out of 10, you're gonna forgive me because we
Got
love
some
her.
feelings, right? Yeah.
We're in our feelings.
Right.
You don't want to be without this person. But at the end of the day, this same person is destroying your person.
Your individual self.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I lost myself trying to prove to a woman
Right.
that I loved her. I want to be in a relationship. And the whole time she showed me nothing. And I was doing things that I was trying to do to make her want to be with me.
All right, I want to cut this off right here. You know, we had a good conversation, very interesting, very informative. You know, but this discussion. This is your boy Shorty.
The pink one, baby.
Reed, KY.
Jurgen.
Holla.
Holla. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, y'all.
Hey, happy Thanksgiving. Everybody say happy Thanksgiving.
All right, all right. Hey, that was